Hi there, I thought I'd give you a quick update on this doll that I just bought at the thrift store. I got a email, well it's Facebook actually, I got a Facebook message back from the vintage doll collector, and she told me that the only way these dolls could be Revlon dolls is if they had Ideal written across the back of their neck like this. Since I found out she was just a $2.99 thrift store doll, I went ahead and pulled her head off. And when I pulled her head off, she was completely stuffed with this cotton filling. I mean, it was through her whole head. All of this came out of this little head. So I think this is exactly what Dodie was talking about on her doll that she had purchased. But it was very easy. I just pried it off. You know, it was just put on here and I just pried it off. And I'll just work it back on to get it back on after I get her stuffed again. But that was as easy as it gets. She just pries right off and I can't get her off. I looked on eBay and there are a bunch of these dolls for sale. There's one that's got blonde hair, that her hair's all been cut up. It was $5.99, now it's up to $7.99. He changed the price, or she changed the price on it. But these dolls have the same exact size head as Journey Girls and American Girl dolls. So if you get a doll like this, she doesn't have much hair. You could go ahead and cut her hair off and get a 10-11 size doll wig for these dolls, and you'd have a real pretty hairdo. I've been working on her hair, and I've been working on that little stain. I've got most of it off. I don't know if you can see. I've put on this spot treatment. I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5 times already, and I've been sitting it under my light. That's like equivalent to sunlight. It's not working as well as I would like, but it is fading. Every single time I do it and wipe it off, it's fading a little bit more. But her eyes in the side of here are completely enclosed in this vinyl. So I don't know how in the world they must have just popped these eyes on, because there's one doll that's for sale. I don't know if it was Etsy or if it was eBay, that has black hair and blue eyes, but her eyes have all fogged over. And I thought, how in the world are you going to get these eyes out? But I guess you would just go in there and press as hard as you can and pop those eyes out. I don't know how else you would get those eyes out. I don't know if they were put in by the machine or what, but there's got to be a way to change the eye color on these things. But anyway, I was following Dodie sent me a whole bunch of information on this doll and what she did, so I went and bought the stuff she told me to buy. And she also mentioned that Conair now has these mini pins. So they were $1.94 at Walmart, so I got a set of the black ones and the brown ones. And they don't have the, you know, the up and down zigzag look to them. They're straight, so they give you this little opener up here on top of the card if you need an opener for whatever reason. But they're kind of cute, and they're perfect for the doll size. So those were the only 2 colors I saw, was the copper brown and the black. Okay, so on this doll, I told you she had some green, I don't know if I told you or not, but she had green mold around her. I thought it was just residue, but it is actually a mold, because the doll is this is what could be 1950 to 1960 doll, so she's at least 50 years old. Could be close to 60. So anyway, I took my Windex, this one's the vinegar Windex, and I sprayed her really well. I tried to keep everything out of her eyes, so if you have a doll like this, cover her eyes and make sure you don't get any liquid in there. I just was real careful. But I soaked her hair, and I got as much of the green out as I could, but it's not enough. I still have more, so I'm going to have to go back and do it again. But the nice thing about her hair, it's getting much lighter, it's getting softer, and it's loosening up. Remember how tight she was when I first got her? She was like this, but now her hair's getting clean for one thing. It still feels like straw, but it's getting a lot a lot softer. So I'm going to wash her again. I'm going to try and get all the green and the dirt out of her, see if I can get her hair softer. So once I did that, she told me to use a silicone spray. I didn't want to try it on this doll, so I got my worst doll out for hair, and that's my Madame Alexander. And I don't know if you saw the video on the hair bun makers, but I used this as one of the doll examples, and her hair was an absolute mess. So I went ahead and I took the liquid wrench and I sprayed her all up. I brushed her out, and I've let her dry, and it has brought her curls back. But the only problem, Dodie told me to get the WD silicone spray, but my Walmart doesn't carry it. They only had this one and another one. So the problem with this, it smells like your backyard. It smells like your garage. So, but it was a lot worse yesterday. The smell is dissipating, and the oily feel on her hair is dissipating too. So I think it's drying and it's soaking in, and eventually the smell will go away. But I was talking to the lady at Walmart, and I asked her about silicone spray for wigs, and they don't carry it at Walmart. But she said to go over to Sally's, because she thinks Sally's carries a silicone spray for wigs. It might not work as well as this, but you're not going to have to deal with that automotive oily smell. But if you do it and you do your doll's hair, make sure you don't. It says it's okay for plastic, and I did get some plastic on her skin, and I just wiped it off, and it didn't stain or anything. So if you're going to use this stinky stuff, spray her and put her out in the garage or something until she's all dry and all the smell is gone, and you'll have it just conditions the hair much better than that polish that you do on that I was using before. But see how much nicer that is? It doesn't bring her hair, she's so old, she's not going to bring her hair back completely, but at least it's a little bit nicer than it was before. I don't know if you saw that video or not, but her hair was a real mess. So it does work. So as far as her hair goes, they were very stingy on hair in these days. I took this off, and I was looking to see where they piled her hair, but I put her hair down, and I thought, you know what? She's not going to look too bad with longer hair too. She's not that, fashion beauty, but her hair can always go up again, even with the newer hair. So I'm thinking about getting her a wig. Anyway, look how bad this is. They just give you enough hair so that your doll can be up in a bun and look nice, and you can't even tell that she's half bald. But anyway, this is the inside of the head. They were stingy. I mean stingy. Unless somebody cut this off, but I doubt it. But this is how simple it would be to just cut this off or even pull it out from behind here and pull this out and give her a new wig. But I'm going to keep this one original. If I find another one, or if I buy one on eBay, I'll buy a wig and try it. But since she's my first 24-incher, I'm going to keep her with her hair the way she is. So anyway, I've got her pretty much cleaned up except just that one little spot. And how I've been doing it, and it seems to be working. I was also thinking about taking these eyebrows off and giving her more, coming down a little bit and giving her, regular eyebrows. But I don't know. We'll see how that works. But anyway, how I've been doing it is I just take this spot treatment. This is just the cheap benzoyl peroxide acne medicine from Walmart. I think I only paid a few dollars for it. But I've just been putting it on that spot and letting it dry, and then rubbing it off, and it's been lightening it up every single time. I don't know if you can tell, but it's still there. The little one's almost completely gone now, but I'm just going to put that on there, put her under the sun lamp, and my desk lamp, my Ott, which is natural sunlight, and let it dry, and then I'll take my magic eraser and see if I can get some of that out of there. But anyway, here she is with her hair. Like I said, it's getting a lot softer and it's getting cleaner, and the reds are starting to show up. She's still stiff, but you got to expect it with this is called sarin hair. You got to expect it with this age of a doll. But I'm going to keep her the way she is originally, the way I got her. I'm not going to change anything on this doll. And I'm going to start making her some clothes. But she's still a beauty, any way you look at her. Even though she's not a Revlon, I don't care. She's just a gorgeous. But if you get a chance to buy one of these dolls, don't hesitate. Okay, so that's about it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.